Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Banknote Trading, where we take a look at the US dollar pairs in the Forex market. Today, we'll start by taking a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour chart. And we always start by mapping out the current range. And as we know, it had been in an area of consolidation for the past month. Broke structure to the upside, seller step back in, broke structure to the downside. Now our swing structure is bullish, internal structure is bearish for the time being, pushing out of these areas of supply. Then it'll push down. Currently, prices in an area of the supply that pushed down and broke structure to the downside. Price is kind of lingering. Just waiting to see if this can turn around with this price delivery. Obviously, it's in this descending channel. And waiting to see if this can break out of this pattern and resume its swing structure is bullish. Waiting to see if it can start taking out the liquidity sitting over these highs. Assuming this can be the sweep of this liquidity. I mean, there's still liquidity sitting under these lows, but expecting this to stay a strong higher low as the dollar possibly getting weaker if there is a shutdown. So we're waiting to see if this can continue to push higher, start taking out the highs and making a higher low and targeting the highs of the lower range. So to see if any type of momentum can pick up in the bullish direction. If not, then we can expect a reaction from any type of area of supply to push prices back down further into discount. GBP USD. Let's go map out the current range. Has been more so hanging around the higher low, unlike Euro. Of course, this is the low and the higher low that pushed prices past the highs. So it'll step back in, broke structure to the downside, and as you can see, prices continue to push down, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, pushing out of each area of supply along the way, just like with the Euro. Currently in an area of supply. Waiting to see the reaction from this point. No reason for it not to continue to push down unless there is any type of fundamental news on, of course, USD. But it can continue to be bearish. The swing structure is bullish. But if this continues to break past this higher low and on this micro level, then I expect this range to be open back up, as this was just an area of consolidation this whole time, and this was acting like an area of support. So if it does continue to push down past this higher low, we can expect it to come down in this area, possibly target the lows of the overall range. But if not, could continue to build momentum. It does look like a V-shaped recovery from this other low. So we're waiting to see from this macro level if momentum can pick up and start taking out the highs of this, over the liquidity sitting over these highs, and push past these areas of supply. And DXY starting to consolidate sideways, as we know. Started to break structure back up to the upside. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs internally. Did come up to this area of resistance out of this impulsive demand area, which price is in right now. Waiting to see if it can pick up momentum and continue to push higher and start targeting the highs internally once again and continue this internal structure, but overall bearish. Internal structure bullish. Waiting to see if, like I said, if momentum can pick up or if there is any type of news on this shutdown, which can affect these pairs and affect this market as well. AUD USD. Let's go map out the current range. You know, swing structure is bullish. Seller step back in, broke structure to the downside. Form this area of supply, continue to push prices lower internally. So internal structure bearish is in this area right now. This is the last buy before the sell in this area. There's still liquidity sitting under these lows. This could be possibly didn't really sweep this area, but could be reacting from this area of demand. and there's liquidity sitting over these highs, could possibly momentum pick up and then continue to push higher, taking out this liquidity and target the highs of the overall range, as long as this is the more bullish pair, Aussie dollar. So we're going to see momentum can pick up and possibly form a higher low and then target the highs of this range and continue pushing higher. But right now, like I said, it's in this area of supply. So have to wait to see that reaction. I just need a little bit more momentum to see if there's any type of opportunity to buy NZD USD. Let's go back with the current range. And of course, a lot more bearish. As we know, this came down and broke lows, making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, pushing out of each area of supply that it ran into. It hasn't come back up to that area of supply, so just waiting to see if it can retrace back up, possibly into premium or into any of these areas of supply, and then look for any type of reaction to take prices back lower. Again, just looking for any type of fundamental news on the dollar and on the government in the US. But technically, on the technical analysis part, just looking for any type of retracement back into into premium, but it doesn't look like there's any place it can go, but it could. That would be ideal, but overall, just looking for any type of selling opportunity once it does give a sort of retracement. GBP AUD, let's go map with the current range. Well, this was the previous range from yesterday. It looks like it broke past these lows, as we were saying yesterday. Swing structure bearish, started to break a little bit higher, but it looks like it just swept some of these highs. Broke structure back down to the downside. This is all just choppy area. Looks like consolidation. Then overnight, since our last analysis, it has broke structure further to the downside. No real strong close. It does look impulsive. Of course, it broke structure again, but I mean, on a micro level, you can say that it continues to push. No real. I mean, it did continue to push past these lows, but again, it's just consolidation. It could price could come back into this area. Technically, this buy before the sale area is what's pushing price back down, but just waiting to see if there is any deeper retracement. I mean, you could have caught this retracement from this low, but just like it's not retracing back into premium or anything like that. So waiting to see if any type of momentum can pick up out of this area. GBP NZD, let's go map out the current range. This is this overall range from, you know, this basically the entire year. It's not technically the 4-hour range what we'll be dealing with here, but because it consumed like a whole bunch of months and everything like that. But you know, the structure broke back to the upside after it came back into discount of this range, daily range or whatever you want to call it. Came back, took out all of this liquidity over these highs. Of course, that's due to the news on the New Zealand economy. We're waiting to see if this strong lower high can be taken out. If you were to look at this clearly on just a macro level on the 4-hour chart, this has been bullish, and it's taking out highs, and this where once it does take out this lower high from this overall range from these past few months, then we'll be looking at this range. Once it does close above here and possibly retrace, we're looking for any type of higher low, or taking the opportunity to buy as long as momentum continues to pick up, because it did take out this high, came out of this descending channel and then pulsed out. This area of demand continues to push prices higher, but right now locally it is just consolidating, as you can see. So waiting to see if we can sweep, possibly take out some of this liquidity and then continue higher. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining us.